Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, so we've all been waiting for the automobile main event to start. In between that, it's really this delivery challenge. As usual, there'll be two jobs, one with the 2 stamps and the other with the 7 stamps. So this is nothing new. You always see this mini event side by side with the other mini event called the Train Tycoon. Unlike the Train Tycoon, whereby there'll be a task in basically, by now, delivering things or collecting items from a factory. Delivery challenge is slightly different. They just give you two jobs, just like the main event. You have jobs. This comes with two jobs, 2 stamps and 7 stamps. Focus on the 7 stamps if you really want to win. Alright, for those players that are able to gain gems, good luck. There's a double gem right now, but for me, I don't have access to that. So apparently, there's no gems to be earned over in our region. So for me, it's really trying to withhold the leveling up, as I mentioned in my previous videos. Vis-a-vis, now tempted by the container. So I want to just have a slow progress in here. There's no way I can go all the way out because I'm limited by the fact that the 400 level is just a couple of levels away. I really wanted to enter only the new region at the tail end of the main event, so I'm trying to withhold that. Let's see how it works out. Apparently, when we know that in the automobile main event, the first 3 competitions are so-called the easiest of all. So if you could get the maximum number of those event coins, whereby you use it for 1000 to change for the legendary in the first 3 competition. If you could, I used to be able to do that, getting first for 3 times, and that will achieve 1050 coins, and that's it, right? But nowadays it's really difficult to get first. Getting second or third is really a struggle as well. All thanks to the grouping, alright? So they've been grouping us together from 300 to 399 in a single group. So apparently, most of the time, people are really good, especially with the good number of trains type, high capacity, warehouse type, really high warehouse capacity as well. So that's the fate of life. Sometimes you are met with such players and you really go struggle just to keep to the top 3. So for now, what I'm going to do is really hoping just to get a container regardless of the whether it's the first one or the second place or even the third place. Doesn't really bother me. Just any container will do. We all know by now this, although there's a higher probability if you get the first container of getting a legendary, but that matter of fact, it's also about probability and luck. So who knows, you may even get a legendary at the second or third containers. No one knows that or that, okay? So many times been really hard myself to get this first, and I achieved that supreme container of 4 stars, and you know what, we may be just getting epic or even a rare train. So that really doesn't matter. It's all about luck and probability. So so just try your best and know what you want. For me, I'm trying to restore. We held this progression. Just getting any container we'll be happy with. So there are many players who are really inactive in this mini events. That's the correct move. But for me, it's just that I'm just gonna keep playing. I mean, getting used to it as a routine. So I just go ahead and do whatever I could, but not a very frequent approach. Probably taking a break from the game. A couple of hours I log in once rather than an hourly basis, and with that, just trying to target the 7 stamps jobs. And only when we have extras, we go with the so-called 2 stamps jobs. Oh no, I discovered something wrong. Alright, so just bear in mind, make sure you have a green tick on the gem confirmation. Maybe, unfortunately, I have accidentally clicked on it big. So basically, when you spend gems, there's no confirmation, and terrible, right? So I already spent a few gems just now. That's a bit wasted, but always have that setting done, which means that have the gem confirmation has a green tick to it in the settings, so that whenever you spend gems, they will ask you again, rather than immediately they will just expand it off. So alright, as you can see here, not much people are playing this mini event. Everybody is taking a break and only focus on the automobile main event. Alright, so Wow, again and again, they've been asking items repeatedly with high quantities, which I do not have again. So I'm going to really go work on those items as well. But that's it. That doesn't really matter. I mean, when it comes to main event, you know, the quantities are really crazy. If you find this already tiring, I think in the main event it'll be worse. Although I do see a high quantity of milk being requests, which I do not have. Probably going to work on that later on. Always focus on the 7 stamps. I just emphasize again. 7 stamps, you know, when you send that job out, you gain 7 stamps is 3.5 times of the 2 stamps job. So if you focus on that, the winning is secured. The first player is really dying for the Supreme container. I'm not going to chase after him for sure. I'm taking a good break here. Probably to take even more breaks later on. We're not going to play this event and let the time run out. And eventually, hopefully, we get a container, regardless on the number. The ranks doesn't really bother me. So, like I said, in the main automobile event, really in preparation for that, make sure your factories are all filled to the brim in order to make sure you have all the items once the event started. And at the same time, do always focus on getting the raw materials and expand your event factory, and then eventually start production of the event factory around the clock. So that are the first few steps you should do. Rather than the first when you first enter into the event, you go ahead and deliver items. So that should be the way. Always try to make sure you have that event factory running before you send your trains out. And do remember to collect even during the main event gold. Gold is limited, but it's really precious and necessary to upgrade your so-called locomotive, or even your warehouse upgrade, right? So this is really important. Very rarely you see that some of the jobs require delivery of gold. That's quite rare, but it does happen. So make sure you have tons of them. I've been saving up a bit because I'm on the cross region, so parts as well as gold is something I got to save up, and I'm basically trying to collect even more here. Alright, so epic parts and gold parts are not easy to get, not about rare as well, so make sure you got lots of them. Alright, that's good. We have 130,000 gold kept aside. Alright, another job's collected, and of course that would increase my XP again. So probably I will stop somewhere here. Otherwise, just getting too close to comfort in the main event. Probably at the second, I would guess, second or even third competition, I would have reached 400. Unexpectedly, this is something that you do not want because of the fact that once you hit the new region, you do not have sufficient trains. That is really terrible. But that is something you can't avoid if you keep on playing the game. Especially whereby you have really huge XP rewards for certain jobs. So, you know, sometimes the system just keep on pushing you to the next level, so as you can feel the frustration of not having sufficient trains, small capacity, and you keep on spending gems and keep on buying them using real money. So this is how the revenue generation works for Pixel Federation, the developer. So do not fall for that trick. Everything has its own place. You can work slowly, get it done and over with. Even you don't get first for all the events, competition, doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of happiness and fun in playing this game. So make sure you don't spend real money in the game, otherwise you can't get out of the game eventually. Who knows, you won't know when you're gonna stop playing this game. So make sure you just play as free to play, and eventually enjoy the game to the fullest. It's a free game after all. There'll be a lot of sponsors to the Pixel Federation, so do not worry about Pixel Federation not getting sufficient revenue. So this is something that's going to urge you, do not spend. People have been spending like a couple of dollars just to buy a train. That is totally not worth it. What's the point of getting a train when there's lots of trains available in every single region and every single event? There's no way you run out of trains. You have tons of them, and really buying a train for a couple of dollars is totally not worth it. Alright, so here we are again, asking for items that we do not have, but no worries about that. We have some of it in the factory, should be ready because this is a long awaiting time item. I should have prepared for those. Yes, I always prepare items that takes a long while to produce, so I know that's how I work. Alright, so thank you for watching. I hope you good luck in yours, and I'll continue to work on mine. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.